Hello and welcome to Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, which is a game that is real and here. Can't believe it's been like 10 years since this game came out on the Wii U. And we're finally getting additional story content for it. Anyway, this being a remake of a game that I've already played on this channel. Have I really been doing this that long? Wow. Anyway, yeah, remake of a game I've played on this channel already. If you want my first impressions of all the everything, go watch that playthrough. It's still here. This playthrough, I'm going to be trying to do basically all the same stuff. Do all the quests, all of that. But, yeah, it's not going to be my first time seeing anything other than the new content. And there is a chance, though I will try to avoid it, there's a chance that I will end up referencing things that may be spoilers before they happen. But anyway, here we go. Look, it's space. Also, Xenoblade Chronicles X is my favorite Xenoblade game, so, yeah, glad to have a remake of specifically this. Hey, look, it's a rock. No, it's the Voyager plate, kind of. Except the Voyager plate was a disc, wasn't it? Aliens are discovering it. And not just any aliens. Space aliens. Oh no, it's space aliens. And they are here to be mean. Interesting that the view of Earth prominently showed Japan, when we know that our characters and everyone in this game is from New LA.
July.
Which,
2054 AD.
you know, America.
The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed. Its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The Coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-Life Colonization Project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth. Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years.
Humanity hasn't been there
Most
for
of
that
the
long.
arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world.
Pioneers.
past caught
Ship's
up
got a
with
2
us.
on it. Phantasy
Literally.
Star game confirmed.
The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived.
specifically
Our
Phantasy
ship
Star
took
Online
heavy
game.
damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the white whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface. Since then, 2 months have passed.
All right, so yeah, things. Hey Outlander, hey Wolfkinson. Interesting hollow fields, kind of weird that the planes and the VR room have nearly identical lighting. Usually letting us change the background like this is to see how our character looks in different lighting. And sure enough, at least the forest gives us different lighting. Anyway, we're going male. Let's see here. Okay. So from here, we should be able to get a good look. Will it stay here? No, it won't. So we gotta pick our base guy. This one should work as a base, assuming we get much more customization, which we do. Gotta get taller. I really wish I knew what these units were supposed to be. Let's just go 94. As for why, I am 194 centimeters tall. Seems fine to me. Okay, so color-wise, I am whiter than this. Not that this character has to be me. In fact, he could be a green man. He's allowed. But, is that what we started as? No, it isn't. Okay. That looks about as white as I should, though, weird that the color palette color does not look as white as the skin does. But yeah, on the subject of this Xenoblade versus others, I mean, like, again, it's my favorite of them. So, like, yeah, I'm a fan. Oh, we can have permanent dirt on our face. I do have 2 moles on my face, but I cannot place them where they actually exist using this menu. This one here, if you put it to above the upper lip, is almost exactly where I have one, though it's hidden under my mustache and never visible. And if you move it, like, actually, this one That one that's below the lower lip there, if you move it to just under the beard on the chin, there you've got my other one. Which again, hidden by the beard, never visible. So yeah, my moles, they exist, but will never ever be seen unless I shave. Kind of sad we can't go bald. Can do a silly pompadour. I don't even remember which hairstyle I went for with my original run. Might have been this one or this one. And Outlander, as far as making your own protagonist for this game goes, they might as well have not let you do that, because it's not your story, pretty much. The whole reason you make your own protagonist for this game is so that one specific cutscene can land harder. Beyond there, you've got basically no personal agency, and you might as well play as one of the fixed characters. But, yeah, I guess I'll just go with this. Oh, we can add... Oh, never mind. We can't add a cowlick. The special changes based on each hairstyle. And it looks like for most of them, it's just wilder bangs. Oh, you know what? I have realized something. Our hairstyle options are almost certainly resulting from our base selection. 'Cause, like, there is no hairstyle where the hair does this for us, or maybe that's only on a specific female hairstyle, maybe? Let's go back to base selection and see. I'm just curious. Like, if I choose this guy, defaultsman. Yeah, there's different hairstyles depending on which base you choose. That's kind of lame, honestly. So these guys appear to all be on the same base, and these guys appear to be the same base. Is this guy a different base? This is still the, or no, this is the second one. Okay. So this guy and this guy are on the same base. What about this guy? Yeah, he's also on that same base. Where is the cutoff? Is it here? Yeah, it's here. So this guy is on base number 1, I guess. And so are these guys. And then everyone else is base number 2, or is like base number 3 here? Okay, that is in fact a third base. None of them can be bald though, so... I guess I can't be fully accurate. No matter what I do. Ah, right. Gotta go back up size-wise. Okay. And then for the hair, we'll go with that. I do not need the additional messy bangs or whatever. I don't need my hair to be so unkempt. Oh no, this is the best we can do for a beard? disappointing. So if I did grow my hair back out, that's about the color it would be. Though incidentally, when I was born, I had blonde hair. Can I not do the beard color, or does the beard get colored with the hair? The beard gets colored with the hair. It's just hard to see. I see. Yeah, the beard does in fact get colored with the hair. It just always looks darker. Okay, pupil-wise, gee, I wonder what there's all this variation here for. That sure doesn't seem suspicious at all, like signs of anything to come. Wish this guy would open his eyes wider so I could actually see the whole things. Also, the color rings that they show here, I guess it's that red and the red and teal are supposed to be different colors available. So like, if we change the color of this, yeah, okay. So let's just make it more visible and apparent on the actual eye that we are given. There. That way we can more clearly see on the actual eyes what it'll end up having be different. Honestly, I think I do like this one that I've picked now. So, real life, my eyes are brown. That's not fun to go perfectly like me. I always go for kind of tealish eyes in games because it's the color I like. Like right there. The color I picked there is basically my favorite color. Aesthetically, I enjoy it. And let's go ahead and have a slightly red bit here, just for a little bit of contrast and interest. I don't believe I need eyeshadow or lipstick. You can definitely make a creature in this game if you try, I'm sure. With all the different color options available. But not as much as in games where you can actually fully customize the shape of characters, faces and stuff. Oh, we can get a pretty butterfly! Not gonna lie, most of the customization stuff here, like, I'm never a fan of this sort of stuff. Like, I have briefly dabbled in Cyberpunk 2077, and even in character creation there, where you have all sorts of options to make, like, cybernetic augments and stuff, and all that, and tattoos everywhere. I usually just go with as default base human as I can. All right, so voices. I know Adam Howden is Shulk.
Right, let's do this, shall we? They staggered me. They staggered me. Cheers. Cheers.
So
Sorry, but it was you or us.
you can literally just be Shulk, I guess.
Let's do this. Here I come, sunshine. Here I come, sunshine. There's no substitute for real combat.
So it's very nice of them to give us voice previews, but it would be nicer if they went through a list instead of randomly selecting from the options. Like, I want to hear all the different ones before they repeat.
Hey,
Woohoo! We did it!
That is definitely not me.
Game and set.
That's also not me.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Easy peasy. Yo. Let's get this started. Yo. Let's get this started.
I'm off balance.
Huh? Hey there. Huh? Hey there. Huh? Victory is ours.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with
Easy peasy.
Rebel here.
Rock and roll.
Mainly because it's the one that sounds the most like me, other than maybe.
here I come, sunshine. Hey, there's no substitute for real combat.
Yeah, Warrior and Rebel are the closest. I think Rebel's a little closer. Still not perfect, but it's as good as I'm getting. So there you go. If you want to make your... I don't like that hair. I don't. I really don't. Just seeing it from a distance again, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Okay, let's go with the short hair. It's a little better. It's still not great. I don't like it. I don't like it. And we'll go a little darker to make it not stand out as much. Why is the top so light compared to the sides? Oh, because we're doing roots color, not roots and tips. That's a little better. I don't like it. Let me shave my head. Yeah, maybe I do need to make a Garnet. You know what? I did a Redmond when I played this game the first time. It's Garnet time. Garnet doesn't have to look like me. And apparently our choices are basically a child, anime teen, and anime artist's idea of a Western adult woman. Yeah, honestly, I do remember now having not been a fan of the character creation in the original version. But I was a younger man back then. Still going tall, because tall is neat. 90 seems fine. They get more options. Now, is there a good ponytail? The answer appears to be no. Outlander, I'm not surprised there are more female options. It's just the games I've been playing recently have been a lot more equal. Okay, so we can get the cowlick here. Not gonna. Okay. So usually, in terms of hair color, what I like is when in most lighting it looks like a dark brown, but then in direct sunlight it gets a little bit of that red to it. I think this right here might be just where I want it to be. So we'll go with that. And if we do tips color, that does bring some nice contrast in. Let's get that a little bit redder. Just for a little bit of visual interest. Yeah. That's good. Okay, and then for the eyes, we've got actually the same options. Except hers are much more open, so we can actually see what options we have gone with. So we're going like right there. I'm gonna be real with you. I cannot. Well, okay, I can barely detect a difference between these two. Like I can see that this one is slightly more saturated, but like on screen next to each other, these two colors look nearly identical. Though I can, in fact, see the difference in her eyes when I swap between them. It's barely there, but it is a difference. And then we'll get that little hint of red there. Just to add interest. And as far as lipstick goes, I tend to prefer a somewhat more natural look. Like having it present, but more natural-esque is my preference. So like right here seems pretty good to me.
Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? They never stood a chance.
Okay, when you give us voice previews and there's multiple voice lines, again, do not randomize it. And if you do randomize it, at least make it so that it can't play the same thing 3 times in a row.
All right, let's do it. Hey! Huh? Huh? So what if you staggered me? Nice job. So what if you staggered me?
Yeah, Outlander, that's 2B, but it sure doesn't sound like 2B.
So what if you staggered me?
Please give me different voices.
Here we go. Nice job. Huh? Nice job.
It's a pleasure. Success. Hello.
Ah!
Shall we? Huh. I've lost my balance.
We did great. Let's murderate him. Yay, we win. Yay, we win.
Is that Fiora? I think it might be.
Shall we then?
Shall we? Let's go.
Also, I believe this one
staggered.
here has multiple voices because I think they had to replace some of the voice actors for the new content because they didn't have the ability to get all of the voice actors to come back and reprise their roles.
Let's go. Let's go.
Nice job. They staggered me. They staggered me. They staggered me. Shall we?
Stop giving me the same line 3 times in a row.
They never stood a chance. They staggered me. They staggered me. Hey! Huh? They staggered me.
This one really gets staggered a lot, apparently.
Nice job. Nice job. So what if you staggered me?
Huh. It's a pleasure. Huh. It's a pleasure.
Huh?
Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Shall we?
Can you say words other than shall we?
Huh? Shall we? Just tell me what to do. Huh? Just tell me what to do. Huh? Let's go.
I think
Hey! All right. Hey!
like
They staggered me.
it's between heroic and soldier. I think I'm leading towards soldier. And yeah, this will work. Only half an hour in character creation. It's fine.
Attention, external access confirmed. Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing hatch. Please stand clear.
Hey there. Looks like you're all in one piece. Careful. Just take it nice and slow, okay? Your senses will need time to reactivate. Your pod is the only one around that landed intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours? You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right?
There we go.
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move? We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon. There you go. All right, let's get going.
So our options to respond whether we could move were to either nod or to shake our head, both of which involve movement. Aw, gee, if you go to the exclamation point, you can continue the story? What kind of game is this? Ooh, I do not like this run animation. Not one bit. Not one bit. I think I need to go back to character creation. Actually, I think we can... I think at some point in the game we're able to remake things, but not one bit. Also, she gave us 2 weapons. So, interesting thing about this game. Runs at 30 FPS. If I'm not mistaken, during these camera pans, I can detect some drops. But it runs at 30 FPS. But apparently, inside the executable, there is a 60 FPS mode that just cannot be enabled. And apparently, if you do enable it on emulator or whatever, it doesn't work. But that is reason to believe that there is going to be a Switch 2 patch.
Most of the White Whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't even remember the White Whale, do you? You know, the L002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right?
Is that audio stuttering happening on the recording, or is that only in my headphones? Because it's bothering me.
Planet Earth. Your homeworld. Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between 2 alien forces. And destroyed.
Okay, no audio problems on your end. That's just a me thing then.
Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget. I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves. You up to the task?
Yep, target, attack, auto attack, use arts. Mm-hmm.
I'll take the first shot. Target in sight. Flame grenade. Shadow strike. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. This.
You're not half bad. There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know.
Yeah, Outlander, the rain is noticeably louder on the left channel, which, I guess all the rain is on our left.
Then you're interested. In that case, I might have just the job for you. But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
Ooh, advanced iron blades. Yeah, they ask for a thing, you do the thing, good things happen. Advanced iron blades are not for me. Okay. So... okay. Advanced iron blades lose melee attack up 1 and gain potential up 1 instead. But they also gain an upgrade slot, or gain upgrades potential. They're not better yet. Yeah, Outlander, it's been a while, but like some of the mechanics you just don't forget. You don't mash the A button for this anymore? You hold it? I could have sworn it was mash the A button before, not hold, but maybe I'm misremembering.
I can feel the hard work paying off.
And behold, wouldn't be a Xenoblade game without collectibles. So, something I noticed during the battle, or rather I noticed clearly during the battle. Are we not allowed to jump yet? Oh no, jump is ZR for some reason. But, in this game, unlike in the Wii U original, you actually can control the relative volume of different things. Like, you have control over the sound mixing. Like, specifically, if we go down here all the way near the bottom to sound, these controls did not exist in the original. And in the original, here's what it felt like the sounds were like. Felt like that. Which made it almost impossible to hear characters during certain cutscenes, because Hiroyuki Sawano, when he makes music that is meant to be loud, it is loud. And when characters are talking at normal speaking volume, it drowns them the heck out. And yes, this sprint animation is much better than the normal run animation. I will give it that. I think I might be able to survive playing like this.
Move in and do some damage.
Take this! Cuff them with lead before they get up! Scream it! Don't be so pushy!
They never stood a chance. We got him. Let's move.
Yeah, Outlander, it is good when music is audible in games, but when you can't hear the dialogue over it, they have gone too far. That iron knife sounds like it might be an upgrade for me specifically. Would you look at that? It's an upgrade in every way. So, in this game, the defense stat is not worth a whole lot. Every point of defense you have is -1 damage from incoming attacks, which is pretty decent super early on. But when you're in the later parts of the game and taking attacks that do thousands of damage, and you've got like 300 defense, it's not going to mean much. Resistances are where it's at. Resistances are like percentage reduction of that type of damage incoming, and you can get resistances to 100 pretty easily. I always found it interesting that this game went with left arm and right arm as separate equipables. Wait, what? We're working with armor with a U? Where is the U? Or is that you spelling armor with a U because you're European? That actually makes more sense. I thought you were calling out like they spelled it like that in-game, which would be interesting considering this is the US release and all of the characters here are canonically from the US, specifically in and around LA. Yeah, the armor designs are definitely what they are.
I'll take the first shot. Target exiled. Shadow strike. Nice. Move in and do some damage. This. Now, melee attacks. They never stood a chance. Nice work.
So this
All
one's
right,
just
let's do it. They're off
here,
guard.
but
Stagger them with a melee. Have a little break. Nice. Move in and do some damage. Shadow strike. Chrome armor. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
I would move in and strike, but I don't have any more melee arts.
Stronger.
There's more chests that way. I want them, but I think I've got to go up to this rise first.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise. Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
I maintain that Monolith Soft's environment artists are among the best in the business. That moves a little too fast for its size.
Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together. We call this planet Mira. You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home.
Assuming
Recognize the habitat unit? That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty. Given our options, the high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking. That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
These not quite 30 camera pans are kind of bugging me. I was legitimately considering waiting until the Switch 2 release to even touch this version of the game. But by that point, all of the semi-online stuff would basically just be done. So yeah, getting the actual experience of this game's pseudo-multiplayer functions, you kind of gotta play it at launch. Yeah, detection types exist. No icon means not aggressive. Eye icon means they look at you. Sound icon means they listen to you. Just like in other Xenoblades. But, yeah. As far as large things and moving slower goes, like, it's not 100% necessary that big creatures must have slower movements. You just have to consider the forces that would be in action on the things that move fast. So, like, those dinosaur things over there with the long necks, the one that I said was moving way too fast for its size. If it's whipping that neck around, just imagine the G-forces that are getting concentrated on its freaking skull at the end of said neck. That is where the whole it's moving too fast for its size thing comes in. Just at certain speeds and certain sizes, the forces acting on a thing would be high enough that it's just too much. White Willow's habitat unit there to the east. If you keep proceeding along the cliff top, you should be able to reach it without much difficulty. Makes sense.
Sir!
If you fall off the cliff, don't panic. Just head east until you reach the habitat and try not to engage any powerful enemies on the way. And can I open this? I can. Is there a way to... There is a way to zoom out the camera. All right. We can actually zoom it out way far. That's farther than I expected. Right about here feels good. And we've got some forced combat incoming.
I'll take the first shot. Make them count. Target in sight. Nice. Move in and do some damage. Shadow strike. Take this.
Having its rump explode like that was a little awkward.
All right, let's do it. Let's see what you've got.
Salt hammer. Pump it with lead before they get out. Flame grenade. Scream edge.
They never stood a chance. We got it. Let's move.
Ah, I believe this here is our tutorial that larger enemies are more dangerous than their level suggests. That said, that's a lesson I want to relearn for myself.
You have to take them on.
Now,
Start with
my
melee.
turn.
Slide nice. Salt
Move
hammer.
in and do some damage.
I did my topple art, but it didn't topple.
Take this. It worked. Close in and seal the deal. They're freaking out. Topple them with gunfire. More enemies? They staggered you. You need to fall back.
I should heal up first.
Oh, great, we got a pig.
Chrome armor.
Shadow strike.
Elma seems fine, but I definitely need that physical res up.
Split edge.
It's up to you now.
Some of these
My
souls
adrenaline
got
rising.
Yeah, let's go and respawn now. Might have been able to handle the big thing on its own, but with the pig joining in. So there's a chest down below here. I wonder if it's something I'm allowed to open yet. Let's find out. You gotta love a game with no fall damage. And we got a mining probe out of that. Not bad. Okay, so I cannot use the map, and therefore I am unable to use fast travel right now. This time, we'll get rid of the pig first.
Okay, first shot. Target
I mean, I
is
guess
fire.
I'm also
Got it. Now follow up with
a couple
melee
levels
strike.
below the big fella.
It worked. Close in and seal the deal.
Now it's my turn.
Salt hammer. Pump
did it! Nice work.
So there are some things that I definitely need to reacquaint myself with regarding this game's combat system.
We can do this. We put our minds together.
Stagger them with a melee attack.
Slinger! Scream edge!
All right, we got the topple this time.
Grenade!
Shadow strike!
Slit edge!
So, like,
This force!
our arts only recover when we're using the weapon that they are
Staggered me.
associated
Touch me
with.
Sliding slinger!
So that's one thing to
Upper
consider.
hand!
They're freaking out! Topple them with gunfire!
This is really taking its toll. Now, melee attacks! Shadow strike!
Or maybe they recharge better when you're
It's time to attack!
using the right thing.
Now, it's my turn!
I'm dead
I'm off
here.
balance!
Yep.
Well, this is not good. This is wearing me
Elma
down.
might be able to do it by
I'm not gonna
herself.
make it.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Later, Wolfkinson. All right, let's just not fight that thing this time. We are not geared. We do not have the arts. And we do not have the levels. I'm sure we can get close. We did get close that time. But in terms of actually beating it, I think we're going to need to advance a little further. I smell treasure down there, but I also smell treasure up here. And we must fight
Won't
this
stop
pig in
us.
order to get the
Let's see
treasure.
what you got.
Firing from on high! You try it
Target
too!
in sight! Shadow strike!
Salt hammer!
I really wish Assault Hammer had a guaranteed topple chance on things that were broken.
They're freaking out! Topple them with gunfire! Roll armor!
Slide nice! Move in and do some damage!
Scream edge! Take this! I can feel the hard work paying off.
Oh, level 13, Piggy. We are not gonna tussle with that. But then where is the treasure? There it is. Can I reach it with clever jumping? Because in this game, a lot more things than you might think are reachable by jumping from the right places. Mainly because our jump takes us so high and so far. We got great legs. And here we go.
Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
And it looks like we can, in fact, get back up here if we drop down. And therefore, we drop down. No treasures left behind. Yeah, Outlander Mira's gravity is almost certainly low, because otherwise the megafauna could not possibly exist. At least not while being as mega as it is. But I mean, still to have a jump like this when we are able to run perfectly normally, Look at footage of astronauts on the moon. They all do a kind of skipping motion to get around because it's easier to do that than to walk or run normally, just due to how movement works in low gravity. I smell another treasure at this level in this direction. Yep, there it is. So yeah, like, to be able to sprint around as if it's perfectly normal gravity, but then jump super high, that's just not how any of that works. Okay, now to get back up to the high road. Issue with being up on the high road, specifically here, is all these high-level enemies that will try to murder me. But apparently they've decided to clear off the main path, which helps me out.
What? We have to take them on. Let's start with melee. Now it's my turn. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. This! Flame grenade! It worked! Close in and seal the deal! Now it's my turn. Flame hostile neutralized. Switch to close range combat. Slide knife. Move in and do some damage. Upper hand. Now, melee attacks. Shadow strike. Chrome armor. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike. Early bird. Take this. They never stood a chance. We got him. Let's move.
So, something notable about this game's battle system versus Xenoblade Chronicles 1. All of our arts have a second cooldown. So it's not just the first cooldown and hey, when it's done you can use it. You can wait for a second cooldown. The second cooldowns are shorter, and some arts you can just use them twice if they get the second cooldown. And other arts actually gain additional effects if you use them when they've got both cooldowns up. Dang it, there's another treasure down there. But something tells me it wouldn't be the safest to grab. We can come back for it later. I know I said no treasure left behind, but we're leaving a treasure behind. Storm assault rifle sounds nice. Yeah, just a straight upgrade. From 19 ranged attack to 30. Oh, we've got more equipment as well. So we can go from a headset to a scouter and gain nothing but benefits. That's nice. Smell a treasure in this direction. I really want the jump button to be B. But it's ZR. The treasure in this direction is also down below.
I can feel the hard work paying off.
Oh, hey, we got a new landmark. That's handy. You know what that means? It's okay to jump down. Because if I get killed by anything, we don't lose all of our progress in the forward direction. So let's grab that one, and then we'll grab the one over in this direction. I hope. Nope. Now it's up above. Okay, so we're not getting the one over there. I mean, it's kind of out of our reach at this point. Maybe, oh, the one that's over this way is on that. So it's not down here at all. Outlander, this is a Xenoblade game. You can swim in all Xenoblade games. Whether you can do combat while swimming is the only question. I do kind of want to try and go for the treasure over that way, but there's high-level enemies that way. Let's just progress with the story.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside. Grexes. And they're riled. We can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
Yeah, Outlander, one of the things that Monolith Soft clearly understands with regards to environment design is the importance of a sense of scale. Yep, switch weapons with X. Uh-huh. Yep. Use an art, switch over to the weapon the art used. Yep. Yeah. Secondary cooldowns, uh-huh. Greatly increased effect at full secondary cooldown.
Shadow strike.
Okay, so let's target this guy.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Oh. Wait, the head is still... Oh, right. It's when you break these guys' heads, they get weaker, right? But it looks like there's a secondary head.
Okay, I really do need
Breakable.
you first. Who's next? We're coming to you.
Okay, this guy, let's once again go for the head.
Now it's my turn. You worked. Close in and seal the deal. Now it's my turn. Muscle neutralized. Switch to close range combat. Split edge. Shadow strike.
If memory serves, I actually died during that fight on my first run.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right,
Not gonna lie.
let's head in.
The Scouter is
Who
a
knows?
big upgrade,
Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
but it looks so stupid. Oh boy, we got a new sleeve. I cannot use the start menu now, but now I can. Look at that, an upgrade in every way. And the difference is that it's greener, I guess. I believe, yes, we can do fashion gear. And acquiring a piece puts its appearance available in fashion gear. And as you can see, there are many, 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 many designs. Though admittedly, most of them are recolors. And you know what? There, we can be a little bit more dressed up. I can actually change class already? No, I can't.
Thanks.
Oh, hello. You must be the new friend that Colonel Elma mentioned in her report. She already made a report about me? We literally just got here. Did she send a report on ahead? I guess she must have. Having just woken up after all that time, I'm sure you're dying to get home and take a shower. Unfortunately, the west gate is closed at the moment. If you want to enter the city, you'll need to use the elevator at the top of the stairs. They'll probably open the gate soon, thanks to the great work you guys did killing the monsters that were causing all that trouble. But until then, you'll have to forgive the inconvenience. Please understand. Outlander, are you talking about these? They're not literally Halo Warthogs, they're just very much inspired by them. Halo Warthogs aren't as long, and they're a little bit taller. So, as you can see, clearly different vehicles, even if these still have the tusks, and Warthogs have tusks. Well, I don't know, maybe you could call these Pumas. And in case you don't realize why I said that, haha, funny reference, it's old. I'm old.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
The frame rate does not like when the camera moves at all in this game.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
Not gonna lie, I don't live in LA, but I live not too far from it, and the parts of LA that I have seen don't really look like this.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery of
2 days ago, ma'am.
brothers and sisters. I stand here truly humbled and grateful.
From political aide to Director General in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be Emperor by next month.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
You know, Shazam was more right than he knows. I am worth at least 10 people. And now we hear the new LA music. Get used to it. We will hear it a lot.
Hey!
Hey, you're that new gal, aren't you? New crew member that Elma found, right? I was wondering what sort of person you'd be. You're a pretty one, that's for sure. Yes, ma'am, I like the cut of your jib. Usually you don't get people making such direct comments on a female character's appearance in games these days. Well, welcome to New LA. We're happy to have you. I'm sure there's all sorts of stuff you have to do before you get situated, eh? Paperwork and whatnot? In that case, you can just hop right into that transport that's idling over there and it'll take you straight to the administrative district. You have a mark on your name, which I believe just means you belong to one of the Blade divisions.
Oh, let's see.
I heard gunshots and some sort of dying wail from the other side of the west gate. I guess one of the teams must have been fighting with an indigent? I really hope they finally took out the aggressive indigents that have been causing problems just outside the city. Because in that case, we should be able to reopen the west gate soon.
Hey.
Maybe don't crash into that.
Damn it!
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly!
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey, Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lin Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade. Yeah, well that, doesn't usually happen.
We know it doesn't, Lynn. Look, I know what you're thinking. But believe me, young as she may look, and yes, she is young, she's actually one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Yeah, just continue breathing those exhaust fumes while you dock it. So yeah, as you can see in this game, there are a lot of party members to unlock. Some of these were not in the original. Also, fun fact. In the original game, specifically the Japanese release of it, female characters did have a chest slider. They removed that for the US release of the game. And it's still gone.
Yep. Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
Are they sitting in the cockpit? Because I don't
come a long way in the last few weeks.
I don't see windows anywhere else.
So much to be done.
One day at a time.
Like, I think they'd
Speaking
sit...
of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay,
Like, there's clearly a door on that part. I think they'd be in there.
New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
There's not really enough housing
If
there.
you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the Administrative District, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley, as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
For reals though, this vehicle only has windows in the cockpit. There's no way our characters would have seen any of what she was describing. Especially since the cockpit windows, none of them look down.
Enjoy your stay in the Administrative District, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report.
Or was Sheba our pilot and we were in the
They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here.
You know, just
that
behind
road there
the
wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
just behind the tower that's as big as a
We'll
city
pass
block.
through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
I smell treasure. And everyone knows
Yes.
that treasure belongs specifically to me. Even if it's inside the city. If it's not nailed down, it's mine.
Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
Elma, how did you level up from Explorience in New LA, where you have been before? I love when games have Explorience, but when we're exploring a place that a character has canonically been, they don't deserve it.
Well...
Strange and unusual stuff your husband picks up, I see. We were told not to get distracted. Let's go not get distracted.
Am I right?
Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can feel the hard work paying off.
See, me leveling up from Explorience in New LA, that makes sense.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi!
Ms. Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
I still find it fascinating that Lynn's Monado hair clip is basically the only direct connection this game has to Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
I probably
Well
just hit
then,
my...
Where should we begin?
I probably just hit my head really hard in the landing, that's all. I mean, if my character had no memories, was here on an alien planet, didn't know what happened to Earth or why we were here, I think this is the thing that would be the first question they would ask. Unless they got to see the intro cinematic like we did. But she didn't, so let us inquire rather than clarify or question.
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
Oh, we get to inquire and clarify and question. By the way, some things to take note of. When Elma picked us up, she referred to Earth as your home planet. And here she was talking about how she's wondering if things would have gone differently with two alien species warring over Earth and destroying it in the process. She wondered if that would have gone differently if she hadn't been there. They're not being subtle.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions.
So it's a relatively new organization. So builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Yeah, I would think that would be new considering Earth was destroyed 2 years ago. It's not going to be an organization with like a 10-year history, that's for sure.
And a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Oh boy, he's giving us 5,000 money to take a guided tour. What can I customize at the customization center? Nothing!
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really, really want her to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that Skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
I mean, I am a sucker for robots that move like big, heavy robots. But...
What? You don't remember what a Skell is? That gorgeous exoskeleton that just went by? Basically like the most incredible, awesomest super weapons ever? Lasers, force fields, bipedal and vehicular transformations. Sorry, just... I get so excited whenever I think about it.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
You gotta be like level 20.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
Yeah, Outlander, I'm more of a mech warrior guy than an armored core guy. I like my mechs big and slow. Which Skells really aren't. Also, fun fact about Skells. In the Japanese release, they're called dolls.
So this is Mission Control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey!
Something I am noticing. This game appears to have no anti-aliasing whatsoever. Which isn't exactly unusual for a game on a Nintendo system, unfortunately.
Listen.
But it's not exactly ideal.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you're ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
You can't spell blade without team. But Builders of a Legacy After the Destruction of Earth contains 0 M's. Even if we're going to stretch it so that you're using the entire acronym's meaning, you still can't spell team with all of the letters in it.
Hey.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Another fun fact about skills.
Hey.
If you build your character properly, your character's ground combat mode allows them to be far stronger than any skill. Like, the game makes a big deal of, oh, skells help you even the odds against bigger opponents by being strong and all that. But when appropriately built, these people we control are stronger than the big robots, which are only the coolest super weapons ever made, or whatever Lynn said earlier. Hey there, Gavin.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
What a fanfare for finishing a guided tour. I smell treasure. Oh no! I'm not allowed to grab this treasure. They've figured out a way to keep me from taking everything that isn't nailed down. And it's by having special removable nails, but not giving me the tool to remove it.
Am I right?
Hey.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for?
I'm sorry, but that temperature being listed in Celsius, this isn't the America I know.
As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
Oh, hey, 23 is nice and
I
comfy.
explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Yeah, fine. It gets the game going.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira.
It lives on your gamepad, I mean.
Probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments, and together they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a Blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
So, probes are how you get basically all your money in this game. With the right setup of probes in your probe network, you can get an income of like 200k plus per whenever, however often they give you your money. And that's how you get to afford skills, by the way. You set up your probes right.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
We did the West Gate, not the East Gate.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to miss looking down at the gamepad screen to see our map whenever, wherever. Also, let's just see if there's any missions we can take before we head out. Maybe get some extra XP and or funds. Nope. The answer is nope. So one thing I can say, this game, this version of this game appears to load textures way faster. Textures and models, way faster than the Wii U version did, even if you were running with the data pack downloads that were designed to make it able to load faster if you had gotten the game on disc. So yeah, we're loading way better and smoother than the Wii U version did. That is for certain. I smell treasure that way. But I also smell a probe target over here. And planting all the probes as soon as you can is a very high priority task. That's a big Senicula.
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless...
Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
A tyrant is this game's term for what other Xenoblades call a unique monster.
Whoa, whoa, whoa there, rookie. We're talking about a tyrant here. Do you even understand what that means?
We should
means
probably
extra loot.
explain. Tyrant is our term for any indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat ranking system. In other words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong. If a creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all. As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
You're the tank.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you.
It's
if we
going
can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Lynn is the tank class here. She is going to have the aggro. It will chew on her first. Oh, right, we can level our arts up. That's a thing I forgot about. Let's make sure our arts are leveled. How many points we got? We got 26 points to spend. This is our topple art. That's a useful thing to have here. How do I upgrade? Y button. Topples for longer. I like that. As well as a shorter cooldown. I like that too. It might be worth just going into that twice. And again, shorter cooldown and better scaling for our primary melee art is also good. This, I don't think, is going to be as potent. This here, if we upgrade it, that is a huge increase to scaling and a pretty sizable reduction in cooldown. And even more damage to toppled enemies. So yeah, let's grab that, and then we'll grab one more level of our topple art. Bring that cooldown lower, bring that topple up higher and longer. So that's us. So for Elma, she's got stagger on this, which means that is the most important art for her to have leveled. So we'll get 2 levels of that. Giving her an aura is good. Auras are very powerful buffs. This increases TP when attacking from the side. I mean, that's nice and all, but doesn't do anything else. So yeah, let's make her aura stronger. Last longer too, that's nice. And then what was this again? Grants critical power. I'm guessing that's more damage when she crits. I can't afford any other upgrades on her anyway. Doesn't matter. Okay, she's got a topple art. That's got no special effect. She's only got a special effect on one thing. Hey, more damage to toppled things is good. And more topple sources are good. Kind of annoying that it gives us the marker for, hey, there's new equipable stuff, when it's the stuff that came on another character. And for the weapons, even if it's stuff that we can't even equip in our current class. Okay. And let's also drop a hard save here, just in case. I'm pretty sure this game is generous enough if you do get knocked out that it's not gonna matter one bit. But hey, whatever. Yeah, I know how to destroy appendages. I've been doing it.
It didn't have to be like this.
I love the Tyrant battle music. Okay, let's go for this leg right here. That's a good leg.
Appreciated.
It worked! Close it and seal the deal!
Use an aura. Get control of the battle.
I don't have an aura to use. I'm sorry.
It staggered me. Sliding slinger. Shadow strike. Split egg.
Almost got this leg done.
That could have dented him. Move in and get the rhythm going. Upper hand.
I've been saving this one.
Yeah, I did a melee attack in response to your request.
You're freaking out. Topple them with gunfire. I'll take him down.
Okay, looks like we got our topple. Get that. Okay, he's not out of legs to break. I could probably use a little bit of defense here, considering its attention is off of Lynn. Nope. Oh well.
We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
If there's one thing you can say about the Xenoblade series, the battle themes for
Okay,
you.
the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it out.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Unique monster battle themes in Xenoblade games have always been very, very good. That's what I was going to say.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
So, how do we fill in the hole after?
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Oh, gee, giant beasts are best engaged with a skell. That's true until you get equipped well enough for foot combat. Oh, there's a tyrant north of us. As you can see, game big. Mira is a large planet. Though admittedly, most of it is useless water. But even so, walking from the tip of Noctilum to the tip of, what is this, Primordia? I think it's called? Takes like 20 minutes. I miss when this map was on my gamepad. Could just look down at my controller and see it. But I guess this is a better viewing experience because now everyone will see what I'm doing down there. Okay. We did the thing, so we head back. Oh, wait. I found a new glove, or new armor. But it's in the same slot as the one I already found. It is a downgrade in terms of everything but defense and physical res. Well, the physical res upgrade probably makes it worth it, actually. Though minus 100 max HP is unfortunate. But it would mean taking 5% less physical damage. Or at least 5 percentage points less. Nah. Yeah, Outlander, for whatever reason, the armor in this game is separated into chest, right arm, left arm, and legs. Oh, and hat. Helmet. Whatever. Head. Shame they didn't do right and left legs so that we could be in a full-on clown suit to go with the clown makeup we're allowed to have. I wonder, are we allowed to fast travel yet? Keep on wanting the X button to open the map, but it doesn't. We've got landmarks. Or we should. Ah, yes, we do. Okay. So if I fast travel to Blade Tower, I can't. So we can see that we've got a landmark, but we can't do anything about it yet. I want to unlock fast travel so that I can teleport to Blade Tower and then have an actual comparison of how quickly things load in this version versus the Wii U version.
Great.
Because fast traveling to Blade Tower in the Wii U version, like all the crates and stuff around there, loaded in multiple seconds after the game loaded the area. And yeah, it was just one of the most obvious places where like, wow, the Wii U doesn't load things very fast, does it? And of course, this being a Xenoblade game, there must be a guy named Vandom.
Commander Vandom.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league. On a training mission, no less.
It wasn't out of our league. We beat it.
That was reckless. And goddamn magnificent.
Like, the fact that we beat it, and so handily at that, is proof that it was well within our league.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandom is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
Yeah, sorry, got this whole silent protag thing going on.
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
I don't remember what he called us in my first playthrough when I was playing as a male character, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Chatty Cathy. Getting more info seems like a relevant thing to do before getting started.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, Prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigents, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Interesting that they give that all to us in one long cutscene with 0 input in between, considering that it was literally long enough that the Switch's auto-darkening of the screen because it's been too long without an input thing happened. I feel like maybe they should have split it up into different options, like you could choose which division to hear about next. Might have been a little bit better for the format, but whatever. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
So if memory serves, which division you choose just affects bonus XP you get from certain things. So there's Pathfinders, you get bonus XP for placing probes. Interceptors, bonus XP for fighting stuff. Harriers, bonus XP for killing tyrants. Reclaimers, you get bonus XP for opening chests. Curators, I do not recall what they do. I think it's collectibles, actually. Prospectors, yeah, you use Frontier Nav to get stuff. Oh boy. It's literally the most passive of all of the things. I do not for the life of me recall what you do for outfitters. And then mediators, you do quests. I think what I did originally was Pathfinders. And honestly, the probes are of incredible importance. So while this might not be the most effective thing to choose, actually, I think each of them, leveling them gives like access to different stuff as well, like different field skills that you need to open stuff. Reclaimers would probably let me open more chests. I like the idea of opening more chests, but then again, aren't there like some probes that you can't place without the right skill? And putting all the probes in as fast as possible is your fast track to not having to care about money. I think we go Pathfinders. And yeah, Outlander, as far as my male character from my original run, I also remember not being against how he looked. Like, he looked fine. I only barely remember the vaguest hints of how he looked, but yeah, I didn't hate him. But yeah, let's go Pathfinders.
Then it's settled?
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Oh, we're builders of a legacy. After the destruction of Earth, perhaps? Hooray, I'm officially a Blade, which means I can access terminals. Hey, look, I can fast travel. Hey, look, I can shop. Hey, look, there's missions. Okay, so the red ones are the story missions. The orange ones are the affinity missions. The green ones are normal missions. And the blue ones, I guess, are basic missions. Blade reports. Share useful information. Okay. May receive Blade reports when visiting a segment for which we haven't completed the segment recon. Okay, so it's hints on how to complete segment recon. Got it. Oh, now we can look at division rewards. We still can't look at division rewards. Alrighty, so let's grab some missions from Mission Control. We can accept up to 20 at a time, so I guess we accept all of these. So gather materials for that one, okay. Gather steak for that one, I suppose. Gather some pearls for this one. Some rabbits. Slay a specific tyrant. Get some Moranium, which we're going to... Right, Moranium. It's not money, it's Moranium you get a ton of from Frontier Nav. Give Moranium. Give Moranium. Gather crush rings. Acorn abacuses. Slay another specific tyrant. Kill some pigs. Equip a specific type of knife before hunting bladas in daytime. Alright, let's do all of the things. Hey, we're half done with this one already. Okay, so we are, in fact, in do the things mode. And I smell a quest over here. Kirsty, what do you got for me? It's Garnet, right? Yes, it is Garnet. Oh good, I've been looking for you. The name's Kirsty, with a K. I'm the operations manager for Frontier Nav. Nagi requested that I brief you on the whole Frontier Nav deal. Sound good? Excellent, I like your curiosity. Always remember that Frontier Nav connects us to the land. And like the rest of Mira, it takes dedication and curiosity to really understand. So then, first lesson, there are several different types of data probes that can be installed at Frontier Nav probe placement sites. It's vital that you keep the desired application in mind because each type of probe yields different effects. What's more, placing the exact same type and grade of data probe in neighboring sites will amplify the effects of each probe. Now, I could stand here and make you listen to a long, drawn-out explanation, but I think it's better if you just try out each one for yourself. Remember the data probe you installed out on the Eastgate Plain? Good, I can see why you're on Nagi's shortlist. So if you ever need to verify its exact location, just access the segment map with your comm device. I'll point out a pair of placement sites in the plains past the Eastgate that you can chain together on the Frontier Nav grid. Head there and install a data probe at each site, okay? But I don't want just any probes installed there. You'll need to change them to be the same type. That's how you get the chain amplification effects. You can swap around data probes using your comm device. Just select the corresponding site on the Frontier Nav map. If you select Swap Data Probe, you can take your pick from all the unused probes you've got. You do have unused probes, right? Here, take a few mining probes just in case. They're on me. But don't go spreading tales of my generosity. Your assignment is to travel to the 2 specified sites and install data probes there. Then make sure all 3 of your installed probes are set as mining probes. You'll figure it out. It's all much clearer in action. All right. And since we can fast travel now. Yeah, open Frontier Nav, use the buttons, place the probes, do the probe things, look at the probe data, change the probes. You can still change the probes. Look at what probes can do. Good tips. Okay, so if we fast travel to Blade Tower, we get a brief load, and then... I mean... this chest container thing would not have been present immediately upon loading in on the Wii U. Also, it looked like it loaded in pretty much with its high-res, or its this-res texture already on it. So yeah, loading streaming assets is much faster in this version than it was on Wii U. Oh, and there's another mission over there. And looks like, that's the quests. And hey, look, there's more missions. This one's for level 3. So's that one. But let's focus on one thing at a time. And apparently we can't leave NLA like this unless we have to go actually out to a bigger map. Okay, so we gotta go here, here, and here for Kirsty. And what's this? Another mission. Outlander, yeah, technically by definition this game is HD, but this is coming from a guy whose PC is more accustomed to running things at 4 times the resolution. that appears to be a tyrant. One that we must kill for a quest. But considering it's tyrant whose level is in yellow, probably a little beyond us at the moment. What level even am I? 7. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit. Ooh, we like uranium deposits. I say uranium, but it's probably miranium. Miranium? Something. Anyway, there's that probe set. We'll get it changed to a mining probe soonish. Oh boy, a landmark. I smell treasure that way, but it's kind of got some big stuff around it. Bigger than me, that's for sure. Yeah, Outlander, I'm positive I remember mashing the button instead of just holding it in the original version. But honestly, most games where they allow you to change mashing to holding, I do. So yeah, it's a welcome change. Oh, so the collectibles we need for our quests are actually marked. Like that one dead ahead with the exclamation point over it. I don't recall that being the case in the original, but that's something they've been doing for the definitive editions of Xenoblade games for a while now, so... makes sense that they did it here. And it just automatically turns them in, huh? Suppose that cuts down on some effort on our part.
Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
I think even my cooking got better.
Okay, so now if we go to our map, Frontier Nav. Hey, look, let's make this a mining probe G1 because that's the only flavor we've got. Rather, the only flavor we've got multiples of. Plus 30%. Hooray! So now... what level is our... okay, Chapter 3 is only a level 9 mission. Which is... higher than us. But I mean, we gotta get there somehow, right? You gotta respect their commitment to having a very large world for this game. Most games, story mission number 3 doesn't ask you to go somewhere 2 kilometers away. But no, they committed to, nah, we're gonna have a whole planet, and you're gonna explore the whole planet. And I mean, sure, I went out of my way in this direction. In fact, let's fast travel to get a little bit closer to where we want to be, huh? Yeah, we just cut a kilometer off our travel. Now to add a little bit more because this. Honestly, doing all the missions in tandem is probably more efficient, but you know what? I'm actually going to skip it for now. Let's get straight on the critical path. What's the thing to the left of you? How do I change oh, it's a dead... Or, no, it's not a dead... Or yes, it is a dead pig. Whatever.
We can do this if we put our minds together. You ready for anything?
Fire Carnival! Slide!
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Take this! Flame grenade!
I need to remember that after I do the thing they call for, there's gonna be a button prompt.
Shadow strike.
Also,
Upper hand.
I toppled him! Close in!
the fact that I have a
They
taunt,
turned out to be pretty tough, huh? I don't know.
I
why
don't
they
want to
even
taunt
bothered.
things. Oh, I guess we were just fighting one of these and the other one doesn't even care. I suppose that's fine. Going out of my way for collectibles, but not really going out of my way for experience. It should probably be the other way around. I do need to gain levels if I am to not suffer. I smell treasure over here. Is it down on the beach? It's probably down on the beach. But that's a tyrant that we can actually deal with, so let's gather this treasure. And then hope that this thing is far enough away from that thing. Hello, Tortu.
This all we've got.
Are you
Only one of
truly
us
that
punch
delectable?
first. Ask questions later. Fire Carnival!
This shadow strike. You won't. Close in and seal the deal. Salt hammer. Hook them with lead before they get up.
Let me back to the
I owe you one.
Wild jab! Rogue armor! I got him! Lay down some cover fire!
I won't miss this shot. Early bird. Need to pull back and recover. I should heal up first.
Okay, so cooldowns do go faster when you're using the weapon type that the cooldown is
I
for.
really do need to heal. Shadow strike. Really taking its toll.
Lynn, can you please take aggro?
Appreciate it.
Slide nice. Move in and do some damage. You won't. Shadow close it and seal the deal.
My health is not doing so great.
Close in. Take this. Scream edge. Okay, I really do need to heal.
Okay, good. We didn't pull that guy.
Shadow strike. Split edge. Kill or be killed. Melee position.
Dang it. I tried to get my topple, but couldn't manage. All right, so I don't know that they're going to kill it within those 30 seconds. We lasted a while. Oh, maybe they will get him. Nicely done, you two. I definitely succeeded on that all by myself. It was me. How do I get back up? I guess maybe we can go around this way. Stay away from the level 18 sound fella. I smell treasure. But it smells like the treasure is up. Hey, look, it's them piggies we need meat from. Some of them are sight activated, some are not. So I guess we try and stay away from the sight activated boy, who is now looking straight this way. Maybe we go get this sight activated boy who's by himself.
This can't be good. I'll take the first shot. Make him target in sight. Fire carnival. Shadow strike. Well, Suck nice. Move in and do some damage. Take this. You won't. Close it and seal the deal.
Love it if this guy got staggered so I could topple him.
Sliding splinter. Chrome armor. Let me crack myself.
I owe you one.
Hey, lay off.
There's the stagger.
Salt hammer. Upper hand. With lead before they get up. Scream edge. Split edge. You won't. Close it and seal the deal.
And now to bust up this posterior.
Move in and do some damage.
I still don't like that their posteriors explode. Though I think I see what's happening. The like mushroom tip of their tail got destroyed. That's what happens when you break the posterior. The mushroom tip goes away. Oh hey, we got all the suid meat we needed from that one. But that's no reason to just stop. These guys are good XP.
We have to take them on. Start with melee. It's my turn. Fire carnival. Side touch me up. Scream edge. You gonna make it? What? I owe you one.
So, if memory serves, there's something about, like, changing weapons at specific times that increases... Yeah, wait a sec, this guy doesn't have the mushroom on the tip of his tail. Like, these ones do, but this guy doesn't, and his posterior isn't broken yet. Oh, Elma's down. That's an issue.
Wow, appendage down. Leave this to me. This one's gonna cut deep. We can do this. It's up to you now.
Well then.
My adrenaline's rising.
Lynn asked for purple, so I gave purple. The problem is my purple is a taunt, which makes things target me and I die.
I'm sorry.
So, Lynn, it's all on you now, and I don't know that you're gonna do this in 10 seconds at the current rate.
I can't seem to get fired up.
Yep, I have challenged one pig too many. Okay, where the heck am I? I am back right outside New LA. All right. This Grex is by itself. We can probably handle that. Get some XP out of it.
If we put our minds together.
He won't beat me.
Shadow Strike!
Fire Carnival!
Okay, maybe it's not super by itself, but it's kind of by itself. I really wished my topple infliction worked more frequently.
Take this!
I owe you one.
My topple art does not seem to have a 100% chance to topple things that are staggered.
Use an aura. Get control of the battle.
I don't have an aura to use.
Upper hand. Roll aura. Appreciate it. They're freaking out. Topple them with gunfire.
Oh, hello, sir. Please do not.
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Please do not, sir.
Never stop getting stronger.
Yeah, dude's a sight aggro guy. We were concerned about that Senicula over at that probe site. This guy is like barely 200 meters away from there and is much bigger and nastier. Yeah, I'm astonished that he didn't just hop in and wreck my entire life being a side aggro guy. Wow, Roderick really is fleet-footed. You gonna turn around, buddy, or are you just gonna keep going that way? Oh, he's turning around. And then turning around again. And then coming this way. Hey, Roderick.
We have to take them on. Now, start with melee.
Oh, Roderick comes with a friend.
Fire Carnival!
You won't! Close in and seal the deal! Salt hammer!
Trash talk!
They staggered me.
Should I be going for not Roderick to reduce the incoming damage? Probably.
Balance. Upper hand. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Give Elma some help. She seems to be taking some hits.
They're tough. Touch me up. They staggered me.
Looks like when we're staggered, we move slower.
The battle.
Elma, stop asking me for an aura. You know I don't have one.
Kill or be killed. Melee position.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just not. Let's maybe stop fighting tyrants that are multiple levels above us. Just a little too early in the game for that sort of thing. I still can't even change classes.
They've seen us.
Yeah, I don't care that they've seen us. I'm gonna keep on moving. Also, apparently when you get aggroed to, it stops you from moving for a moment. What I want to do is just get to this next story mission and do it before calling this a stream. which I guess is going to require me to stop getting so sidetracked. But there's so many things, it's easy to get sidetracked. And it doesn't look like this is our way over there. But it is our way back to where we got killed by a pig. I smell treasure. In fact, I smell 2 treasures. Ah, good old megafauna poop. It's worth XP, and therefore we dig in it. And that's the other treasure right there. Hey, we got a new landmark. At least we won't have to walk so far next time we get killed. Thankfully, these level 22 guys do not aggro on their own. It looks like if I take that path, we'll be able to get up there. I smell many treasures that way.
Didn't have to be like this.
Yep.
Engaging. Lay down some fire for me.
I've got you covered, fire.
Nice. Move in and do some damage. Take this! It worked! Close in and seal the deal!
Play it close!
I owe you one.
Would love to see a topple.
Upper hand.
What?
Shadow strike. Split edge. It worked! Close in and seal the deal! Salt hammer!
There's our topple.
Side flash.
Got it! Now follow up
Now,
with
my
melee!
Yes, we did it!
Let's keep it up!
Not even any loot
I've
yet,
seen
huh?
us!
And there's another one.
We have to take them on. Now, it's
Start
my
with melee!
I think I'm starting to see how these guys were going to rescue Dot.
Seal the deal!
Side flash! Help them with life before they get up!
Early bird.
Yes! Hit him again for me!
I can't hit him again for you. I already used my range dart.
Shadow strike.
Split edge!
It worked! Close in and seal the deal!
My yellow art, whatever the heck. Whatever you want to kill it, I used it. Or whatever you want to call it, I used it rather. Not whatever you want to kill it.
They never stood a chance. We got him. Let's move.
Okay, hopefully we're done with those for a while at least.
Damn. I knew we would have heard from them by now.
It was definitely fighting something. But this damage, it's not the usual claw or bite marks.
No signs of the team. If they were eaten, we'd know it. So did they walk away, or were they taken? Right. Either way, they couldn't have gotten very far. Let's keep looking.
Hold up, Elma. Check this out. I'm picking up an Earth-based IFF signal coming from that direction. It's Pathfinder.
That thing over there, maybe?
It doesn't look natural, does it?
No, it doesn't. It looks like trouble.
And look at this. I'm picking up readings for other life forms too. Multiple signals, moving around inside the structure. Elma, you don't think...
I think you're right. Look at their movements. They're controlled, orderly. They're definitely not wild animals. Now the question is, are they native to Mira? Or are they visitors like us? And if so, from where?
You think it's one of the forces that destroyed Earth?
Let's not jump to any conclusions. It's a big universe out there. Of course, we shouldn't rule it out either.
Should we call this into HQ?
Absolutely.
Yes, but not from here. If we're picking up their signals, they might be close enough to intercept ours.
You there! Drop your weapons.
Stay calm. We don't want to provoke them.
Earth aliens, surrender now!
They know about Earth? You may have been right after all, Lynn.
I mean, they got us outgunned.
What are you doing?
It's okay, Lynn. Just stand down. I'm not sure why, but somehow they're able to communicate with us.
Meaning?
Meaning we need to know if diplomacy is a viable option.
Roger that.
We come in peace, and we're willing to negotiate. If you have any Earth alien prisoners, we'd ask the conditions for their release. If you don't, we'll leave you in peace.
No negotiations. No conditions. We have our orders. All Earth aliens must die.
Ooh. So quick cooldown is a new feature in this deluxe edition. So we can now instantly recharge cooldown, or arcs that are on cooldown, which is great. And perhaps more importantly than that, we can also instantly use the secondary cooldown without putting a thing on cooldown. That is important because secondary cooldowns are shorter, and from what I have heard, the amount of our instant cooldown usage thing that gets used is based on the length of the cooldown that gets instantly done.
Side hammer! Nice! Move in and do some damage. Flame grenade! Take this! Scream edge! Who's next? Fire to you! Upper hand! Watch me lay into it!
Oh hey, I've gained access
Shadow strike!
to an aura.
Watch me lay into it! Sliding slinger! Whack! Got him! Salt hammer! Lay down some cover fire!
Interesting. We can refresh the duration of topple by using another topple art. That is actually very useful.
Approach. What's the deal with wanting us all dead anyway?
Yeah, I wonder. They did mention they were following orders. Maybe someone higher up their chain of command would be willing to negotiate.
Okay, so we get energy clips by doing more Mira survey rate. So installing more probes is now even more valuable than it used to be. Anyway, let's just grab these here treasures.
Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
And then we'll call it a stream. All right, that's gonna be it for this stream. Thanks, folks, for dropping by to watch and chat and all of that. And I will be back tomorrow with more Xenoblade Chronicles X. See you then, friends.